Hi, I'm Krista with Daytona Yoga, and today I just want to talk with you. Instead of giving you a practice, I want to share with you my thoughts on the beginning of a yoga practice. Many of you have taken my classes before, and in the full-length video I introduced some of this into the beginning of the class. But I find it really important to set an intention and also to dedicate your practice at the beginning of any yoga series that you do. And I wanted to share with you really in more depth what that means. When we set an intention for our practice, it's really putting out into the universe what we want to happen. And when we have a clear intention, then everything else that we do is with that intention in mind. It's with supporting that intention. It's asking the universe to support that intention and what we're putting out there and what we want to get. So an intention might be to become stronger, to have fun. Maybe your intention one day is to keep a smile on your face. Maybe the intention is to really relieve stress or to let the mind become more still. So for example, if you set the intention that you want to de-stress the body, every breath that you take within the practice will support that release of tension. Every posture that you do in the practice will support that release of tension. If your intention is to become stronger, maybe you're working on building your strength. Every movement, every breath will be to build your body stronger simply by setting that intention. It's that important. If we begin a practice without an intention, we'll still get benefits. It's still good, but it won't be as clear. We won't get as much of it as we like. So at the beginning of every practice, at the beginning of every class that I teach, I always take a moment and invite you to set an intention. The other thing that I ask you to do is to dedicate your practice. And some people might find this kind of weird. What is this dedication thing about? But dedicating our practice, for me, means that our practice is so much bigger than ourselves. By dedicating our practice, we become more motivated, we become more inspired, our intention becomes enhanced. And likewise, it allows us to realize that this practice is larger than ourselves, that when I dedicate my practice, I am sharing it with the world, really. And when you dedicate it, you can specifically share this practice with someone else. So for example, almost always, but not every single time, I often dedicate my practice to my kids. And I literally see them sitting next to me as I begin the practice, as I begin the class. And to me, that means that with each move I make and each breath I take, I know that they're going to feel change from this practice. With every action, I know that they are stronger. And therefore, when I am feeling maybe like I want to give up in my practice, or maybe I'm a little not wanting to hold that plank or downward facing dog another moment, I say, no, I'm practicing for them. Would I want them to pull through? Would I want them to take that extra step? And so that gives me that motivation to hold in the posture, because I know that it means something to them, that they will receive benefits by me continuing to do that. A lot of times I'll add a dedication if someone I know that is sick, if there's someone in my family that needs some healing, I'll dedicate my practice to them. Sometimes it's a group of people if there's something going on in the world, maybe it's a country. But you can also dedicate your practice to a spiritual leader, to a religious figure for you, if you are truly honored in that way, if you've had someone that has taught you a lot that motivates you. It might be Buddha, it might be Christ, it could be anybody. That is another way to dedicate the practice, and it's a way of saying, I honor what you've taught me. You've taught me these gifts, you've taught me these tools, and you've given me these gifts, and now I'm going to use them in your name, in your honor, in this practice. So it's twofold, but a dedication is really important. It again gives that meaning behind our practice. So beginning of every single class and beginning of every single time I sit to be quiet, I take a moment with mindfulness, I set an intention, and with mindfulness I dedicate my practice. And it brings so much more meaning to my practice when I do those two things. So as I have been sharing videos that you can use at home, I encourage you to take a few moments before you press the play button and set your intention. To set a dedication. It'll enhance your home practice immensely. And for those of you that do still take my classes in person, hopefully this explains just a little bit more in depth why we take this time in the beginning of each class. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for letting me share what's in my heart. Namaste.